Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders Daily Video. Hope you had a fantastic weekend and a holiday here in the U.S. Thanksgiving. We're able to spend some time with family and friends and all that good stuff, and are ready to get back energized to start trading the markets again. Just another reminder, whenever we're dealing with the markets, whenever we're dealing with trading in general, when the holiday season is upon us, the market can get a little bit less when it comes to the liquidity, and so use caution, use good risk money management, and you should be just fine with what you're doing. So make sure that you understand that can happen in the market prior to trading. Now, it's been a few days since we really kind of evaluated what's been going on in the markets from a longer term perspective. And sometimes it's good to get an idea and know where the market has been and where it's currently moving. And we know that there's no guarantee that just because something is trending up that it's going to continue to trend up for a long time. All that tells us is that it was moving in a certain direction. Now, the idea behind that is that if something continues or trends in one direction, it's likely to continue in that direction for the immediate future. It doesn't mean that, a week from now or a month from now it's going to be doing that. But that momentum usually carries the price on higher to a certain point until that reaches some barrier to its movement in the form of resistance or support, and you get a change in that direction. So as we use trends and as we look at the momentum that's happening, we need to keep in mind that one, that it's likely, at least in the near future, to continue to try and move in that direction. And two, at some point, we've got to find and figure out when that is stopping its movement and looking for the market to change direction. So right now, as we look first at the euro dollar here, you can see that we've really had some good upward movement here, upward momentum over the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 days or so that we've seen some good movement to the upside. And we talked about this as a possibility. As it came down, we were saying, when is it going to form this bottom? And when is it going to start to move back up again? And of course, it kind of hit the bottom here and moved back up again. Now, we didn't know what that was going to happen. We just knew that after a big move down like this, a lot of times things will settle and push us back into a reversal move. Now, I wouldn't have expected that it would have moved that far. I would have expected a little bit of a pullback and then potentially start to move back down again. But you can see that even if we were thinking that, we really never had something breaking out and moving back down again. We talked maybe about a possible bear flag happening here, but it continued to move higher. Now, we're starting to see some settling here. We're back at these highs back, a month ago or so. So we're kind of right at that level. So we could see it settle back here, and if it's going to really continue to move up, see it bust through there, but maybe after a little bit of a pullback. So a little bit of bullish momentum happening on the euro dollar right now. Here's the Aussie dollar. Really, we kind of saw some bullish momentum earlier. Over the last couple of months here, we've seen a nice, steady move up. We are sitting right at some areas of resistance here. So we may be at a point where, again, it either goes down or stays flat a little bit until we get some news that's going to push this thing higher. But pretty flat on the Aussie dollar right now. US CAD, we'd anticipate this going down since it's inverse to the euro dollar. The pound dollar, We're seeing a little bit of momentum. Now we have to be careful here, because if we really look at kind of what's happening, we're really kind of just still sitting below this resistance line. We haven't really taken that out at this point. And so looking for this thing to roll back over would be a potential opportunity to take this to the downside. U.S. Japanese yen daily chart, this thing has had a tremendous run up. We hit a low back at 77.10. We're up 575 pips over the last couple of months. Real strong momentum here. Again, that momentum, when it starts to move strongly in one direction, it's likely to continue. Now, we might see a little bit of a pullback and then start to see it move up, but nonetheless, some strong U.S. Japanese yen movement here. And then the CAD, we're starting to see a little bit of topping formation here, meaning we're in this upper channel here, but we're starting to see it break down. We did make a lower low here before we went and made another higher high, so that's a little bit of a weak formation, and then certainly breaking down here. So we may be seeing the slowing or the ending of this upward trend here. So that's kind of a look today, guys, at the longer term daily charts of the market. We obviously want to keep those things in mind as we go down and look at what's happening on the shorter term. So you can take this information and now go down to the shorter time frames and apply that. All right, so we'll wrap it up with that. Have a great rest of the day. We'll be back tomorrow to see how the markets continue and to look more at the simple trading method. So until then, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.